to show you how to make some steering wheel repairs. Some wheels can be a lot of problem. For years, we've used PC7. You can pick this up at your local hardware store. There's two different color materials here, and you mix them 50-50. There's a dark and a gray. You mix that up real good, and you can fill cracks that really aren't in stress places. You can fill cracks like this or over here. It's a good material that hardens up well, and you can sand it and blend it right in. If you got wheels that are cracked like here where you get a lot of pressure on them, or like you got right here with this wheel here, you need to use a different type of repair. We have some material here called Polyfix. We've used this for a few years now. This will repair padded dashes, repair upholstering panels, repair rubber bumpers, repairs anything. It's a great stuff. I used a hacksaw to take this crack and widen it a little bit so I got enough room to get the material down in it. Next thing I want to do, I want to take some thinner and I want to wash this whole area off that we're going to work with. And the reason for that is that this might have wax on it, oil on it, or whatever, and I don't want to sand it down into the material, into the wheel. Then we're going to take some 80 grit paper, and we're going to sand this whole area around here that we're going to work with. You can make beautiful wheels like this. We've had wheels that have had maybe an inch or 2 inches missing in it, and we just built it up with this material. You got to get it all the way down. You can see here this has got paint and primer on it, and there's the black plastic. This paint they put on there is a good hard paint. And we're going to do the same thing when we get finished with it. I got it clean enough. One little spot here yet. I take my air hose and blow this stuff out of this crack. I got one more thing to do to this before we get involved in this material. And I won't do it right now, but I have to take a heat gun, hair dryer, or anything that you might have, and I've got to warm this area up. Get it good and hot. Not hot enough to melt anything, but get it good and hot. So the next thing we want to do is get our material out here. This stuff is industrial stuff, and you have to be careful with it. They've got you a hand cream here that prevents this glue from sticking to you. In addition to that, they supply you with some rubber gloves. We have an accelerator that helps the glue set up quicker. And we have some special powder here that you use to make the filler with. And we have the glue bottle. So we'll put this little sprayer here in the activator. So what we're going to do now, let me get my gloves on. These things are never easy to get on. We're going to take the activator, or the accelerator, and we're going to spray this. We're going to put the glue in it. You don't want to get this on your hands, they'll stick together. If you got trouble with this running out the bottom, you can put a little piece of masking tape underneath to keep it from running out the bottom. We'll put some more accelerator on it. And we're going to start filling it up with some of this powder. We'll just do the top side here. Next, we get a little bit more glue on it. And we'll take the activator. This will set up in just a few minutes. If you got a little low spot, you can do it again. But sometimes this will actually create smoke. It gets so warm, it just kind of melts into the other material. And sometimes you'll see smoke rise from it. That's fine, nothing to worry about. When this all finishes setting up here, you just take some sandpaper and sand this. The next step to do is you sand the whole wheel, you prime it, and you paint it with an enamel, with an acrylic enamel paint with a hardener. And that'll make that paint so it won't chip so easy for you. You can get a beautiful job out of this steering wheel. You can either use this or the other stuff we talked about. Here's a wheel that we just finished, 53 Pontiac wheel. This wheel here looked worse than this wheel. It had hunks and big scratches out of it where somebody had a ring and run all the way around the whole wheel. And as you can see, it is a beautiful wheel. This same wheel looked just like this, no problem at all.